Welcome to the Athens Church College Homebody podcast.
Woo!
Woo woo! This is the first episode. This is our pilot episode. So you guys might be asking, what is the Homebody podcast? Well, we just kind of got together and thought, well, I'm sure a bunch of people have so many questions about coming into college for the first time. How do I transition from high school life to college life? What does that even look like? We're going to be talking about so many different topics, so many different things. I'll give you a preview of that at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. But we just kind of want to be your older brother, older sister, a few steps ahead of you, giving you some advice, just answering all of your questions that you have coming into college for the first time, or maybe you're transferring in to Athens and you're like, what is this life like in Athens? What is UGA, UNG like? What is trying to find, a church? How do I make friends? How do I find people that I can belong to, people who know me? So we're going to be talking about all of these different things, but for our first episode, it's just kind of like, welcome to Athens. Welcome to the classic city, which AKA is Athens.
The one and only.
Yeah, and welcome to college in general.
Welcome to college.
Is huge, amazing. So I actually just want to kick us off by introducing everybody. So if y'all don't know me, I'm Janie, here in LDP at Athens Church, which is our leadership development program. So I work like 20 hours a week here, but specifically in the college ministry. So if you've ever seen me running around college nights, or if you see any Instagram posts on the Athens Church College, that is me behind the scenes. Just for a little bit longer, I'm graduating sadly, but I've loved it here so much. But we have our guests today is Naima and Josh, and they're incredible people. So just if y'all could go ahead and introduce yourselves, kind of explain how you got connected with Athens Church, what you do here, how you're involved, all the things.
Yeah. Well, my name is Naima. I'm also in the LDP program. I am at our Beechwood campus in our student ministry. So that's always fun. It's a great experience on a Sunday morning, but I am a sophomore at Georgia. So kind of came to college and was like, I need to get plugged into a church, and got plugged into a church here at Athens Church, and it's been great ever since. So, yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Josh. I'm a senior here and also graduating. So graduation's coming up soon. I'm studying finance here, and so I came to college and I church hopped around my first semester like a lot of students do, and I actually found another church that was really great that I went to for about 2.5 years of school. And then this past year really felt like the Lord was stirring something in my heart of a little bit of unpeace from where I was at, and was asking the question, all right, God, where do you want me at? And around that time, I got the invite to actually serve at a high school, middle school retreat weekend that we had, which was
we were all there together.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a crazy weekend.
So that was a ton of fun. What was that called? Like the hype man.
The hype man. We were the squad leaders.
Squad leaders.
I mean, that was part of your job, was to bring the hype.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
We were the hype people.
Yeah.
Naima was the hype leader, actually.
Janie was the real hype leader.
Janie was running around with the flag the entire
we were following
time.
her direction.
I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
We love leading students.
That's right.
We love leading students.
So yeah, I got connected through that, and then got brought in and had a lot of community that was here already. So it was really cool to get to be around those guys and girls. And so I lead a senior high school small group. And then next year I'll be transitioning to lead a college small group.
So I'm excited about that. Come on, let's go. Man, that's so exciting. Well, I just want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast. We're going to talk about some super fun stuff today. So to everyone listening, welcome to college and welcome to Athens. But just want to kick us off by saying, why should you even be excited coming into college? What's exciting about college? What was exciting to y'all when you first came in, and what comes to your mind?
I mean, you can't go without saying Saturdays in Athens.
Amen.
Game day,
Let's go.
UGA football.
Go
really, I'm a huge sports fan. So literally anything UGA sports goes without saying, but also just the ability to step into something new, and you're literally turning a new chapter, and so you get the opportunity to start fresh. Or if you already feel like you've got a good solid foundation, you get to continue it in a brand new city. Some people are like, I really want to go far from home. Some people are like, not too far, but whatever it is, you really just get to create your own story in it. So it's really exciting.
So good.
Yeah, I think for me, building off of what Naeem was saying about making things your own story, I think the most exciting part for me was really making things my own, where, back home I would go to church on Sundays, or I would go to school and I would go to sports practice and whatnot. And a lot of those things were things I may have had to do, like had to go to school, had to go to practice, went to church with my family. And it was kind of a lot of these decisions that weren't like I was waking up and having to make a decision. It was more just kind of programmed into my lifestyle. But I think something that's been really exciting about college is actually taking ownership of a lot of these decisions and saying, hey, I don't have to go to church on a Sunday morning, but I'm going to wake up and go because I want to, and really making it my own. Or I don't have to go to class, and there's some days I would choose not to sometimes, but there were a lot of days where, there were a lot of days where I was like, hey, you know what? This might be something that would not have been fun for me in high school, but I'm wanting to do this because I'm wanting a career and wanting to get the education to do that. So really kind of making it my own is something that is really exciting. And then also the freedom that comes with being able to stay out till midnight, play pickleball, and like the fun stuff like
Go
that.
to Andy's, like right before it closes.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the
cookout,
the spontaneous stuff of college life, which is like what makes it, I think, such a special season, unlike any other time.
So good. Some of my best memories in college. I sound so graduating old,
Ancient.
but sound ancient. Some of my best memories, but genuinely, some of my best memories were the most random things. Where it was like, all right, everyone get in the car. Like we were freshman year in the dorms. All my friends had this group chat. Someone's like, all right, we're all going to pile in a car and go to Brewster's.
Yeah. The spontaneity. Like you get the opportunity to say yes all the time.
9 of us in like a compact car. It was great.
Wow.
Which, I mean,
how'd you do that?
necessarily recommend doing, but it was such a fun experience, and we just like have all these pictures from when we all just went to Brewster's randomly, and it was so fun. But just like doing fun random things like that, getting a pickleball group together, going at 10 p.m. when no one's at the courts. You don't have to wait for a court. But just like some super fun memories like that. So yeah, y'all get excited. This is just a big exciting part of your life. Like you made it here, you made it to Athens. How incredible. So kind of transitioning out of that, Athens bucket list. Let's just talk about Athens. Like, what are the greatest things in Athens? What is this city like? What are fun things to do, places to eat, all the things? Go.
Sunroof Coffee.
Sunroof. They have 2
Gotta
locations.
go there.
There's
They
one
do.
that's downtown now, diagonally across from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I had to do the math in my head. Yes.
And there's a really awesome person that works there.
There's an awesome person that works there. Josh's sister Hannah, also one of my best friends, works at Sunroofs. If you go and Hannah's working there, you can get a discounted coffee.
Maybe, if she's nice. Ahi Hibachi.
Ahi.
Discount hibachi. You in and out. It's $11.
Yes.
And
you get
the
so
best
much
ever.
food.
It's insane.
You get so much ahi. Yes.
Bucket list.
Talk del
item.
Sol
Talk del
for
Sol.
lunch because they have it's like crumble but taco edition. It's new tacos every week for lunch.
I've never heard it described like that.
That's how
really
I just
good.
unless
Crumble,
you
but
don't like
tacos.
crumble, then it's not crumble. But if you like crumble, then it's
And that's in
I
5
like
points,
the new
right?
options every week.
yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 points is the spot. If you're going to look for a
Love
restaurant.
5 points.
Yeah, it's so good. Fully loaded. Shout
Fully
out.
loaded.
Oh,
Shout
I
out
had-
Big Bad Buffalo Clucker.
Yes.
Buffalo chicken pizza.
Yes.
I've never had that. I
So
was like,
good.
what?
That is so
It's
good.
awesome.
You get that fully loaded.
Yeah.
I've had some of the deepest conversations. Fully loaded is like, I go and I spend at least 2 hours there. Plus, you have to get the garlic knots first. Garlic knots and then the buffalo chicken pizza.
Dangerous combo.
So good. And all of your best friends. Like, you just,
Nothing.
there's
better.
nothing like fully loaded with all your best friends.
That's right.
And the garlic knots. They're so good.
So bucket list. We got Ahi. We got some restaurants.
We got some restaurants.
We're going to talk about Iron Horse.
The Iron
Okay,
Horse.
I don't
Okay,
know.
let's talk about the
What
Iron
is
Horse.
what is
Have y'all been to Iron Horse?
No.
So I haven't been. You've been.
I've been.
You've been.
is it? What is it?
It's
Tell us about
Is it like
it.
closer in Watkinsville?
It's like this, and forgive me, I don't know all the details,
Right.
but
Okay.
from the lore and the stories I've heard,
The lore.
this is the history
Give us
behind it.
the lore.
So it's this random metal horse that is in the middle of this field, and it's maybe 10 feet tall.
Right.
Size of a horse, if not a little bit bigger. And I heard it was this old UGA art project that they just stuck out there in the middle of this field.
and it's just like
It's
there?
just there.
Just go and
you
see
can
it.
go and there's a whole gravel parking lot, and you can go park there and walk
you can
out
go look
and
at the horse.
yeah, it's cool.
It's a random thing, but people go and do it.
Yeah, it's super
Okay.
cool, and it's like there's nothing around.
Yeah,
It's
if you need to
probably
get out of the city for a
30,
second.
45 minutes south of campus.
Oh, it's a little farther than I
It's
thought.
a little bit of drive.
Hey, that's a side quest. That's a
Yeah.
side quest
Side
for your
quest.
bucket list.
Yeah.
So many side quests.
It's
Did y'all
fun.
Absolutely.
jump in the fountain during freshman year? Because I
Oh.
didn't, but I heard
I have a
people
story about that.
Oh.
I did not jump in the fountain. The cops were there.
Oh, so
They
I'll
wouldn't
give
let
you
us.
the short of my story. So I didn't jump in the fountain at the beginning, but on my last day of class, my freshman year, my friends were like, "We haven't jumped in the fountain yet, so let's go jump in the fountain." I was like, "Yeah," and me being the way that I am, I didn't want to just jump in the fountain. I wanted to jump in the part of the fountain where the water comes out. Like I wanted to be in the fountain,
Gosh,
and so we got in the
you went all in.
I went all in. Okay. So I went all the way in the fountain and I was not wearing shoes and I stepped on something that like cut my foot open. It was really bad. And so I'm like hobbling out of the fountain, just like bleeding. And it like somehow I was with these friends and this guy had like this tape because he was a swimmer and he had
Just
like swimmer's
casually.
tape. I don't know, whatever, like tape or something. And I like taped my foot up and then like somehow made it to the health center at some point. And they were like, you probably should have needed stitches for this.
Oh,
But it's fine. It was fine. It healed. Do have a scar though
Solid.
on the bottom of my foot.
Shout out
But-
health center.
Shout out the health center. Okay, pro tip. Don't be afraid to go to the health
Yeah.
center.
You already
They
paid
will
for it.
help you. So
True.
yeah, they already pay for it.
Mhm.
And then they'll like
super easy
oh my
to make an
goodness, the amount of
appointment, too.
times that I've gone to the health center and they've actually been helpful is great. Don't be afraid to go to the health center. But that's my story of jumping in the fountain.
Come on.
So if you're gonna jump in the fountain, do it and don't go in the middle.
Yeah.
Don't go in the just get in the water and be like, yay! Like don't go like I'm gonna get in the middle.
Not
of
in the
fountain.
middle of the fountain.
Come on.
Oh my goodness, that's an incredible story. Let's talk about the tree that owns itself.
Okay, see, that's another thing that I don't understand either.
Do you not understand that?
No.
Okay,
Do you understand that?
I do because I've been so many times.
Come on.
Wait, really?
There's a random. It's like, kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It's on Baxter. It's off of Baxter. In a
Baxter?
random neighborhood.
Oh.
Yes, like you're going down Baxter, like towards Terry, essentially. But it's across from like one of the freshman dorms or something. One like Rooker. Or, that's a hall, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Yes,
so.
I think it's kind of maybe across. Anyways, there's this tree that has been there for so many years.
Ooh.
And whenever they were like building these streets out in Athens, they just like left the tree in the middle of the street and put a little sign around it. And it has a sign in front of the tree that says, "This is the tree that owns itself."
Okay.
Anything to add to that?
Well, so
It's also on a cobblestone road
it's crazy. You drive
that
up
goes
there. and-
directly straight down.
yeah, you're like driving up there. And
Literally.
it's insane.
Go find the tree that owns itself.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's
Look it
so
up.
crazy. I think so. My mom used to be a tour guide and orientation leader here.
Yeah.
So she's told me the story
Shout
a
out
1,000
OL.
times. But I forget the exact specifics of it.
Uh-huh.
But I think she was like, and I may butcher this, but it was
Yeah.
this guy who used to live there and he used to own this tree. And I think he like deeded the tree by itself so that when he died and his real estate got passed
Left a
on,
deed to the tree.
something like
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
where nobody owned
The tree owns itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
He wrote
Huh.
the deed to the land where the tree is. Yes, it says
Maybe.
something about like 6 feet in the radius of where the tree is owned by itself. So you can't
crazy.
cut it down. It's just something
Shout out
that's
the tree
very
that owns
Athens.
itself.
Shout out the tree that owns itself. Also, one more thing. Don't walk under the arch.
No, do not walk under
On North
the arch.
Campus?
Hey, we can pretty soon.
We can pretty soon because we're graduating.
Oh, okay, well,
but
I
before you
can't,
graduate,
but-
you cannot walk under the arch. Or
Not
else
even,
you
like,
won't
stand
graduate.
under it
Or
for
UGA will never win a
pictures.
national championship again.
I mean, anyways,
Don't
so
do
don't
that.
walk under the arch. That's another thing.
Hey, can we shout out some things? Like,
Shout
shout
out.
out Ramsey
Shout out
basketball
Ramsey.
courts.
Ramsey basketball courts. Make
Shout
some
out-
friends there.
Shout out UGA pickleball courts.
True.
Yeah.
18
Yes.
pickleball courts
Let's
in
go.
one.
True.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. That's where I'll be spending my whole summer, Rob.
Shout out Tate Student Center. I
Love
mean,
Tate.
Okay.
come
They
on.
have like
Okay,
different stuff going. Like it's like really random, but there's always something in there.
Or something. You can watch a movie. You
Yeah.
can play
You
Yeah.
can.
video
Yeah.
games over
You
there.
can watch a movie in the Tate Theater
You get
for
Panda
free.
Express.
Panda.
Starbucks.
Also, shout out the bookstore because it does
Shout out
not
the
look
bookstore.
like how it used to look. And now
No,
it's
oh my gosh,
huge.
it's so much nicer now.
Come on.
It's
I love
so
it
nice.
so much.
It's so nice. And you can also buy allergy medicine from the bookstore.
Wait, actually?
Yes. because
Where?
have
I didn't
done
know
it
that
before.
2 months
Crazy.
ago
Or
when I
at
was
Tate
like,
Market.
really?
Or at Tate Market.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hey, campus has everything you need.
Hey, what you know about the Founders Garden?
Ooh.
Y'all ever been to the Founders
Garden's
Garden?
pretty.
That was a spot.
I know.
It's
Talk about
pretty.
advice for freshmen. I wish I knew that when I was a freshman. I
About
found
the
out about the
Founders
Founders Garden my sophomore year, and it's this oasis in the middle of North Campus where you're just off by yourself.
Oh,
It's
such
awesome.
a spot.
Yeah.
It's also just pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing. That's I'm sure that's kind of homey, you know, when you're missing home and you just need a second and you get out and you're like, I'm gonna go. Speaking of home, would love to ask the question, what is something that has made Athens feel like home to you?
Definitely. It's gonna sound cheesy, but the people really do make the place, and just like having the opportunity
to
to
that.
be around such amazing people, like
Yeah.
whether it's your roommates or people that live on your floor, or people that like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go, I don't know, get coffee. Do you want to go with me? And it's like, yeah, sure. Like, or whether you have 8 other people and you're like, hey, want to go to Brewster's in the same car?
Right.
But like, it's like you have those people, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't have the capacity at that point
Right.
to like think about, oh wait, I'm not home because like
Right.
these people are my home. Like this is my home.
so good.
So
There are good people here in Athens.
yes, for
Good
sure.
people.
So the
That's
people.
really an answer. Yeah, I would say exactly what Naima said and echoing that. But to add something else on top of it, I think that something that was unexpected to me that made it feel like home was having older folks that are in Athens. In particular, I
good.
think of church and
Right.
their adult couples that pour into guys like myself and all my friends and community. So that's really cool to be like,
Yeah.
hey, this isn't just a bunch of college
Right.
students around here,
No,
but there's
families
actually
here. Yeah.
people that have lived a lot of life and remind me of back home and my church environment and parents there. And so that's cool. So it's kind of like Athens parents in a way,
Yeah,
which is really
so true.
sweet.
Find your Athens parents.
Yeah, that's right. And I think
I love
another thing
that.
too is like I didn't really do this until my junior and senior year. But there are high schools in the area and there are
Yeah.
younger students that
Yeah.
have sports games and they have hangouts and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which it's like you think you're going to Athens and it's just a college town, but getting to lead some guys that are in high school and getting to go to their sports games. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is like a actual place and not just a college
Yeah.
town. So
No, exactly.
so that was really cool and really grounding to kind of get back into the reality of things a little bit.
Yes. That's
Make
so
it feel
good.
like it's actually still like home.
Yeah.
We went to like an
No, yeah.
ACAD like or basketball game one time, and it was like
Athens
ACAD.
Academy.
Yeah. It was ACAD versus I think it was like Rabun County maybe.
Yeah.
And like because like we have students that go to Athens Academy,
Right.
and I'm like in the stands, like we're all like yelling. It's other like college students that are with us, and I'm like, wait, I don't even go here, but like it's just like fun to like
Yes,
cheer
you're
and
rooting
like
for
it's
them. That's
just
good.
like a Georgia game, but not quite. But it's super fun, so definitely
Little
recommend
smaller
that.
scale.
Yes. No, I led a high school small group for some years, and now they're freshmen at some of them are at UJ, which is super
Wait,
cool.
that's sweet.
Crazy.
But I remember like going to their track meets, so fun. And I used to be an athlete here running track, so that was just like really fun to get watch
Yeah.
them. And then like some of my girls had like a school pageant thing that I got to watch, which
Ooh,
was
No way.
I know.
love that.
That's so cool.
shout out Madison County.
Come on.
But that
Mocha.
was really, really fun and definitely grounds you a little bit because you're like, wait, this isn't just college students. Like there's families here and there's students here. And it can be more of like home instead of like a college town. you know?
Yeah.
Which is so fun. But yeah, so let's go into like what was your biggest fear coming in college? Like, was there something about Athens that was like so different than you expected? And that's kind of 2 questions, but what were you like afraid of, you know?
What do you think, Naima?
Well, when I got to college, I actually didn't have my car on campus. And so
Right,
like
right.
I didn't have a parking spot for the first few months, and then the like second half of my like first semester I had a parking spot, but it was on the other end of like from where I lived, because first year you got to live in the dorms at UGA. So it was hard, but also like knowing that I wasn't going to have my car, my biggest fear was like, okay, how am I going to get groceries? How am I going to get around? Am I going to miss out on like things that's happening nearby because I won't be able to get there. Like, is there enough happening on campus that I'll be able to like meet people and know people? And so I think there's like two parts to that of like, okay, am I going to miss out because of like not having my car? And am I going to meet other people outside of just people that went to my high school? Because like I saw them for 4 years.
Question.
So
yeah.
Yeah. I also have my car on the other side of campus too, so that was brutal. I just parked on back streets that were around Millage. And just walked to my car over there. So, yeah, that was brutal. I think the fear I had was finding community. And it's crazy because you think, all right, you're going to UGA where there's thousands of students that are committed, being admitted every year. And I was somebody who was very social going into college. And I think what was tough about that for me is I had a really solid friend group in high school that I played sports with, went to church with, did all the things with. And then going to college, none of them were going to school with me. So I was stepping in, having to find a roommate and all that stuff. And I think that was a big fear of mine. Just, okay, I know there's a lot of darkness that can be associated with Athens and things that I hear about. And like, am I going to be able to find good community and like-minded believers and people that were passionate about things I'm passionate about? And I think that the Lord met me in that way, in a really cool way where it's like God wants to bless you with things that are honoring to his kingdom and grow you closer to him. And he doesn't want to withhold good things for you when you ask. And it was really cool seeing how, as I was praying for community and the Lord just showed up in some crazy ways and showed me how the Christian community in Athens is so rich and so deep. And if there's any place in the whole Southeast to find Christian community, you found it by being here.
So good.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that you said like God wants to give you his best, you know. He's not gonna, you know, leave you short of all the good things that he has for you.
Yeah. And I think of like, even when we think about the creation story, like the first thing that wasn't good, God said it wasn't good for man to be alone. Like, it wasn't sin. Adam or Eve hadn't bit the apple yet. He's making like the land, the animals, the oceans, and he's like saying all these things are good. And the first thing that he says isn't good is when he creates Adam, and he's like, it's not good for him to be alone. So he gave him Eve. And so he's saying the same thing over us of like, hey, it's not good for you to go to college alone. Like, it's not good for you to walk through life alone. Find people that can do life with you because it's going to make it good and even better than you could ever ask or imagine. So.
Man, that's so good. Yeah, God gives you people. I remember like my first couple, literally actually just my first month in college was just a lot. I was coming in as a student athlete, ran track, cross country. So that was a big change. I graduated with 60 people in my graduating class in high school.
Wow.
So coming into that, it is a private school, you know, and then coming into college with athletics and like new crazy academics, and we'll get into this in a second, but no one told me about Rate My Professor.
Really?
Come on, like
that
Rate My
saved
Professor
my life. Like,
would have
genuinely
saved my life. And it was
What
just
is
like
Rate My
huge...
Professor, Janie?
Well, we'll get on that in a second. We'll get it. Trust. But just, I remember coming home for the first time after a month of being in college, and like I went to a church where all my friends go to, and I saw one of my friends who was like a grade below me, and so she was there, and I just ran up to her and started bawling. She was like, oh no, is college that bad? Like, is it so bad? Is everything so bad? Is Athens that bad? And I was like, no, like, it's great and I love it. I'm just adjusting. Like, I'm just overwhelmed, and I hate to admit, but like, I'm overwhelmed. And just for anyone listening, it's okay to be overwhelmed, especially after your first month in college. Like, and especially if you are a student athlete or have a lot going on, like, there's just a adjustment period. You got to give yourself some grace with that. But, you know, I want to talk about faith for a second, and then I want to talk about academics for just a second, and then we'll kind of wrap up here. But it's really important to be grounded in your faith if that's something you decide. If Jesus is the most important thing in your life, and we pray that you decide that, like, what does that look like coming into college? Like, that is so scary. So what are a few things that have helped you stay grounded in your faith in college?
I mean, if you ask anyone, who knows me, they will tell you I'm a grandma because I go to bed so early, but that's so that I can wake up early the next day. Because I think that there's just power behind letting the voice of the Lord be the first thing that speaks over you, not Instagram, not Snapchat, not, the test that you have that day. And if you wake up and the first thing that you're hearing, the first thing that you're seeing is God, or you're feeling the Holy Spirit, like, hey, you're going to be unstoppable. Like, something might happen during that day. Like, I remember one time my phone, like, I think I like dropped it and shattered it. And so I was phoneless.
Oh, no.
And if you're phoneless and new to campus for like even an hour, good luck, I guess. I don't know. But it was rough. But I was like, you know what? It's okay, because I don't need my phone right now. Like, luckily it was like 2 months in. So I was like, I know my way enough. But in that moment, I think if I hadn't had that grounding of like, I'm okay and this day is going to be okay, I would have just panicked in that moment and been like, well, dropping out of college, like no phone, no college. I don't know. But there's so much power behind letting the voice of the Lord be the first voice that you hear in the morning, for sure.
Amen.
That's really good. I love that.
Good.
Yeah, I would say for me, and just a general encouragement that helped me out that I'd love to share too is really trying to find the places that you want to put yourself in early that are going to help you out a lot in your faith and staying grounded in it. And for me, I joined a Christian fraternity my first semester here, and I was a part of an on-campus ministry called Wesley that had a freshman community fellowship called Freshly. And then going to churches, going to Athens Church College nights, all the things. And I think the biggest thing for me was starting myself off in a spot where it's so much harder to, I feel like, if, let's say I went into freshman year really passively and said, all right, well, I'm just going to go wherever the wind takes me, then, you know, like left to our own, I think it's so hard to gravitate towards holiness because we're sinful and broken people. So I think it's so important to start ourselves off in spots that are going to help us foster our faith early in college. And so like for me, it looked like, all right, I'm going to join a small group at a church and at a ministry, and then I mean, just going from there is huge.
That's so good. I love it when you said we don't gravitate towards holiness, but I know in Peter it says like, be holy as I am holy. And so we have to put ourselves in those situations. If you want to stay grounded in your faith, put yourself in a situation where you are going to, where these people are going to keep you accountable, where they're going to be able to talk to you about what you're going through, relate to you, make you feel seen, known, and loved, but also just lead you and guide you well in your faith and in that to follow the Spirit. That's so good. And Naima, what you said about the voice of God being the first voice that you hear when you wake up in the morning, to going to bed early and making time for that, setting your own structure. You know, it's your life. You have this freedom, but like if you set a structure for your life, like I'm going to bed, waking up early, I'm doing this, it's just going to allow a lot more stability in your life. But you have to choose that, and you have to want it. And a lot of your freshman year is learning, you know, what works for you, like timeline wise in your day. But you have to kind of choose that, like, you know, getting in your word, going to small group is going to be a non-negotiable for you. If you have those things that are grounded, like you will be around holy people and you'll get to see God more than not see him. If you decide that that's what you want to do. And okay, want to transition for a second to academics, because surely people have questions about like classes, and believe me, rate my professor. But we've got some different majors in this room. Naima, you're pre-med.
Yes.
So lots of chemistry and other things.
Unfortunately.
And then Josh and I are both business, but like different sides of business. He's more accounting, finance. I'm like marketing, kind of
got a finance bro in the house. That's perfect.
Finance bro in the house. But kind of like what do you need to know? What is class? What are classes like? Registering for classes? What is that like? If a high overview, got chills,
like just thinking about it.
It's not that bad.
What should you be scared about? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, what's your experience with that so far, and what could you tell an incoming freshman who's maybe scared about like classes?
It really isn't that bad. You definitely want to plan ahead though. And like your advisors are there, so if you have questions, ask. Usually they have like drop-in hours, so especially if you're like, hey, will this class like count for this requirement or this, like my major or whatever, like you can ask them. Usually like the website has so much info of like your major, and like there's like the UGA bulletin, so you can like figure out what classes are offered like when and stuff. But definitely use Rate My Professor. Or even, I don't know why I didn't do this until like sophomore year, but like find people who have already taken the classes and ask them, like, hey, who should I take? What should I do? How should I study? What, like, which test is the hardest? Because OChem, the last test, if you're taking OChem, the last test, or at least OChem 1, the last test is the hardest test. And I thought, it'll get easier, like I'll learn how to
but no.
That humbled me. You want to talk about me? I don't want to talk about it, actually. So Rate My Professor is helpful, but also use like older friends and peers.
Yes. And so Rate My Professor, guys, if you didn't know, it's ratemyprofessor.com, and you type in your university, and then you can research like every professor that teaches a class. If they don't have a review, that means they're a new professor. So you can take a gamble on that one. But it is a game changer, because if they have a lot of bad reviews, if they're like, the test's so hard, they give you a lot of busy work, like try not to take that professor. If it's an 8 a.m. but a better professor, the 8 a.m. is worth it, because like having a good professor. I love 8 a.m.s. Honestly,
a lot of people
it gets your
don't,
day going.
but I love 8 a.m.s.
I pretty much all this semester had 8 a.m.s, and it was actually not that bad. Especially with the new class schedule. It's like, it's 8:15, so not 8 a.m. 8:15 classes,
more minutes
which is
of sleep.
So 15. That's 15 more minutes of sleep. So nice. But yeah, that's Rate My Professor. It's very helpful.
It's also helpful if you're like dual enrollment at UGA or I think UNG does dual enrollment too.
Yes. But I also just want to say, like, if you fail a test, you can still pass the class. So do not freak out. You can more than pass the class if you fail a test, depending on what class it is. But like, if you fail a test, it is not the end of the world, and it's not worth it to beat yourself up about it because you were this smart person who got into this smart school. Like, it's actually going to be okay.
Yeah.
You are going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. I remember I was taking finance. I'm so sorry that I'm not a finance bro, but there's only 2 tests in that class, and then there's a final.
Oh.
So pretty much all your grade.
Finance 3000.
Yeah, finance 3000, finna 3000. I failed the first test, and I didn't take the final, and I still passed the class.
That's good.
So it can happen,
and
you're gonna be fine. So don't freak out like crazy. And I know, Josh, you were saying something about like not making it an idol. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think what Janie was saying about making school something where, if you fail a test, it's okay, yada, yada. I think it's something where, for me, and I think for a lot of students that are coming in, if you're coming into UGA as a freshman, like, you earned it, and you worked really hard to do that, and it's getting more and more competitive to do that, more than ever. And I mean, I was a candidate of that, where I was thinking, okay, I have to be perfect when I'm here, and I have to get a 4.0 and all these things. And I think it's a balance that I wish that I could go back and tell my freshman year self that, hey, Josh, you're here for school. This is your job, essentially. But at the same time, it's like, hey, if God has called you to something, He's going to equip you for it. And hey, if school is an avenue to get you there, then know that God's going to provide, and He's going to do that for you. And it's okay to plan, and it's okay to study, but I don't think God wants us to stress about that. I think He says somewhere in the Bible, don't stress. A lot of places, right?
Don't stress. Tomorrow's enough. Worry about it.
That's right.
Itself. Hours.
Yeah, and it's like, if you're going to stress, why pray? Or if you're going to pray, then why stress, right? And really making it the latter of that, like, hey, if God has called me to this, then I want to steward this well, and I want to work hard as a student and study well, but at the same time, not stress about it, because, my life is in God's hands, and it talks about in James how we are but a mist, and we're going to just go wherever God is leading us to. So we get to trust that He's going to equip us and make us capable for whatever it is that He's called us to. And if school's a route to get there, then, we can trust that He's going to provide.
Yeah. That's incredible. That's a word for sure. Well, any other final parting thoughts that you can think of?
I think definitely embrace the fail, just because you're going to fail a lot, but every time you fail is every time you learn. And every time you learn is every time you grow. But just because you fail, that doesn't make you a failure. And I think I had to learn that, especially coming in college, like we were talking about, like getting into UGA is one thing and then staying is another thing. But I think coming into college, I actually got my first like B in a class first semester freshman year.
Yeah.
And I thought my life was over.
Right.
And then everybody was like, you have 3 more years. Like,
Yes.
it's okay. And even then, like,
Yeah.
you're taking hard classes. Like, UGA is not
Right.
necessarily the, like, easiest per se, but I mean, college in general isn't always the easiest.
Right.
And so
Right.
I think if you can learn right off the bat, like, hey, yes, I failed, but that doesn't make me a failure, and use that to grow and reflect on every single opportunity that you get, because every time that you reflect is every time that you're going to grow. So if you want to come out of college a different person, you're going to just have to kind of give yourself grace. Like, yes, you failed, but again,
That's so
you're
good.
not a failure. So give yourself grace and let yourself learn from it.
And when you fail,
Amen.
you're falling into the loving arms of your Father.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's there
yeah.
to catch you,
Yeah.
So
right?
good.
So true.
And to go off of that, I think any final advice I have
Yeah.
would be exactly what Naima was talking about, where it's like when you fail, it's okay, but also like holding things with open hands and saying, all right, well, you know, like I said, it's okay if you fail, but also like it's not on me at the end of the day to do these things,
Yeah.
and it's on the Lord, and
So
kind of
true.
giving yourself that grace like Naima was talking about,
Yeah.
where it's like the pressure is not on you, and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of things to be stressed and worried about in this life, but we as Christians get to have a superpower where we have the Lord Jesus on our side.
We have
that
Jesus on our side.
says, come to me,
So good.
all who are weary and burdened,
Amen.
and I will give you rest.
Yes.
So I think that's so cool, and that's any advice I would have, and advice that was given to me that really just changed my trajectory of how I pursue things in life is, hey, like at the end of the day, God's got it, and we
God's
can
got
work
it.
hard, but yeah, I mean we're falling into the loving arms of our Father when we do fail.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Me and my roommate have this thing we say to each other, and it's God's plan, whatever. So, I mean, it can be simplified into that. It is God's plan.
Yeah.
So you're going to be okay.
Let go, let God.
I'll just say that again. You're going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
To any freshmen listening. Well, guys, this has been absolutely incredible. Great first episode. Just want to give a little preview for the rest of the summer. We've got some incredible topics coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Some hard topics, but some incredible things. Next, we'll be talking about party culture. Ooh, that's going to be a kicker. Party culture and what that looks like in Athens and how to navigate that in that scene. And then we're going to be talking about friendships and roommates as well, how to navigate good roommate situations, bad roommate situations, and also friends and how you keep friends, how you make good friends, all of that, what that looks like. And then we'll be talking about Rush, because we know some people have some questions about Rush, whether you're in a fraternity or a sorority.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about some of those things. And then we'll do an episode about relationships, because that's a hot topic. A lot of people have questions about that. So stay tuned for that towards the end of the summer. And then, you know, right before you move in to your dorm, we'll be talking about how you find a church and get plugged in, and campus ministries and what all that looks like. Because there's so many options. There's so many things. But y'all, we are psyched for the rest of the summer. It's going to be so incredible. But that wraps up the first episode of the Athens Church College Homebody podcast. So stay tuned for the next episode, and go dogs.
Go dogs, baby.